going to be slightly all over the place. I just wanted to sit down, do a really chatty video with you, give you sort of a little bit of an update and do sort of a November favourite. I've not got, well, I probably have got enough just for a November favourites video on its own, but I sort of just wanted to get on here and chat with you as well. Firstly, I want to apologise if it cuts out at any point. My camera is really playing up. I do need to invest in a new one in the new year, but it's just financially not the right time at the moment to buy a new one, so we're persevering with this one at the moment. Let's address a couple of things. The first thing is my lipstick. I'm not going to include this as a favourite in the video because I feel like I've not been wearing it as often, like it's only been towards the end of the month. But the lipstick I am wearing is this Kat Von D lipstick. I placed an order for a couple items off the Debenhams website. I will be doing a haul video. I know I've just posted one, but that has been pre-recorded for a while now. I will be doing another favourites. It will be sort of a American haul / Black Friday haul. So it will be what I got in the Black Friday deals. I only shopped online, so I'm still waiting for a few bits to come in for that. And also my parents went to America and kind of brought me back a few things and some things that I asked them to bring me back. Some online purchases I'd made, including this t-shirt, which I will talk about in a second. But yes, the lipstick. So obviously these items will be included in that haul video. This is one of the studded Kiss lipsticks, I believe, by Kat Von D. This is in the colour Sanctuary, and it's like a very sort of dark, almost like a taupey grey colour with that hint of purple undertone. It's really pretty, and I like those sort of taupey mauve colours, so that's what I'm wearing. The second thing I wanted to mention was my t-shirt. I will stand up to show you. It says Happy Holidays, because as I'm filming this, it is the 3rd, I believe. What is the date? Yeah, it's Monday the 3rd. I've got a couple of days off or annual leave, hence why I can film this today. But it is the officially first day of Chanukah, so Chanukah started last night. If you don't know, me and my husband do try and celebrate Chanukah and Christmas. We really enjoy doing, as we call, Christmacah. So we are currently in the festive period at the moment, and tonight we're going to make latkes, and I've bought some donuts. I will link down below the videos we did last year. We sort of documented our sort of first couple of nights of Chanukah. I don't think I'm going to be doing that this year. I may do a separate sort of Christmacah decor of how we're decorating our house. I did do one last year. It's not too dissimilar, but I think I might update it because there's a few other things that we've included. So yes, I bought this top. It says Happy Holidays, like challah bread. And I got another one, I can't quite remember what it says. I will link the Etsy store down below. Some of their shirts aren't necessarily specifically Chanukah, they are sort of all-round sort of Jewish t-shirts. And yeah, so I did get it sent to America. My parents bought it back for me. So I wore that very proudly out and about today while I was doing the food shop. So yes, let's get on with the favourites, and then obviously I'll just ramble as we go along. I feel it'll be a long video. I also want to mention I have been very ill towards the end of November. Me and my husband were very ill. We had 2 separate things. I think I caught the norovirus. Obviously I work in a hospital, so I am against all the elements. Whatever I got was just awful, and it also attached itself to being a cold, and I've had real problems with my throat. Currently I've just got a really sort of like tickly cough every now and again, and I can't hear anything, so I apologise if that affects the video at all. I obviously won't know until I edit this, but yes, that's what I've been contending with, so that's why some of my favourites maybe reflect that, because I was like, I'm still not better. I've not been right for the past like 2 or 3 weeks now. But let's just jump in the video, and I will try and cut out any points that I cut off. So let's start with the only sort of like homey item I want to say. and that is this candle. So this is the black tie candle from Bath and Body Works. I'm not sure if they brought this back out this year. We obviously bought this one last year. We've been burning this and mahogany teakwood because they're quite similar scents. Obviously mahogany teakwood is the infamous like Abercrombie candle. This one smells quite similar. It's another sort of cologne scent, very sort of warm, musky. What does it say? Aromatic sage, dark tonka bean and rich sandalwood. It's just a gorgeous sort of manly scent, and I've been very much enjoying that, but also I think Darren has as well. So that was that one. Again, I did get a few candles from Bath and Body Works, so I will also have those in a haul coming up soon. Also, you've probably not even noticed, but I'm not wearing my wedding rings because I think sometimes in the night my hands get quite warm and they swell, and sometimes my rings can really irritate, and I just have to like take them off for a day or two and just keep them aired because like they just get really like itchy and then they dry and bleed. So yeah, if you've noticed, you probably haven't until now I've said it. But that was the first favourite. Let's move on to food favourite. Food's been a tricky one this month, obviously, because I've been ill. Towards the start of the month when I wasn't as ill, me and Darren have been loving Kinder Buenos. He just bought them on a whim one day and now we're obsessed. I mean, I've always liked them, but he just keeps buying them. So if you've not had a Kinder Bueno, you are missing out. It's basically chocolate with like a hazelnutty filling. Now I'm not one for nuts, but I like sort of Nutella, that sort of thing. So yeah, if you're allergic to nuts, not one for you. But if you like that sort of hazelnut filling, definitely want to have. They're really, really nice. Definitely prefer these over the white ones as well. We've tried those, not as good. It's typical when I sit down to film, instantly I've got a cough, it gets really warm in here, the light is like blaring in. So I have two book favourites, and I'm currently reading a book at the moment. These are the two that I've read sort of throughout November. The first one is The Boundless by Kenneth Opel. This is more of a middle grade book. I didn't realise that when I picked it up, but it's basically about, I believe it's set more towards the turn of the century in the 19th century. So it's about a boy whose father works for this company that is helping to build this railway line that's going across America. Through a turn of events, him and his father end up going on the maiden voyage of this train crossing America. And the guy that first like pioneered this company, he actually passed away and he is being carried as one, like his coffin is on one of the cargo train, and only Will and his father have the keys to this cargo, and there is a group of people that are wanting to get to this cargo because there's something secret hidden in with it that they obviously want. It has some sort of worth to them, and so these evil people, these baddies, are sort of out to get Will, to get the key, and nothing will really stand in their way. I will read you the back of the book. It says, when Will Everett boards the Boundless, he expects the ride of his life, not a fast route to death. When the key to the train's secret cargo falls into his possession, he finds himself hunted by ruthless killers. As the great train hurtles across the country, he will need all his wits to elude his pursuers and keep himself alive. I give this book 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the plotline. I loved the sort of description of the train. I love that sort of old-fashioned train. I'd love to go on one day. Trains back in like anywhere from the 20s to like the 50s were a lot more opulent than they are now, and I just really enjoyed this. It kept me gripped, and for a middle grade book I really enjoyed it. The other book is very different. This is Going to Hurt by Adam Kay. He is a ex-junior doctor. He's now retired and he used to work for the NHS in a hospital. It is basically telling his secrets and experiences of working in the NHS. He mainly specialises in working with women and sort of labour and down there area, what's that, gynecology. And as someone that works for the NHS, I found this really relatable. I found it funny, but also it's very interesting. You hear a lot about junior doctors on the TV, but this really brings the hardship that they have, long hours they have to work, the strain it puts on their relationship, but also he brings the humour to it as well, which I enjoyed, and his anecdotes I thought were quite funny. Written in a diary form, I assume that's what he did at the time. So it spans between about 2005 to 2010. and I really enjoyed this book. And it is a Book of the Year Reader Award. So my Goodreads account is always linked down below in the description of my videos. I suggest you check it out to find out what I'm reading currently, and I update more frequently there. So I just had to take a minute to let a coughing fit subside, but I can still feel it's there. So I'm gonna push through with the video. So I've been really enjoying these two bags. Now, I need to do some research and see if I can find these to link for you, because I found these in our like gifty shop at the hospital. And our gift shop is called the Stock Shop. I don't know if that is a nationwide thing for hospitals or it's just ours, but I got these two crossbody bags. They look like this. They are perfect gifts for Christmas, and I may have got a couple for gifts, but they are just these quite small little crossbody bags. It also comes with like a wristlet strap. You can take the long strap off and just have it as a little wristlet. It's got a zip pocket on the back, and this is perfect if you just want to put your purse, your phone, like a lipstick, your keys, and that's it. And I like it. So I've got this grey one with the gold, and then also this tan colour with the gold. I don't think there's any tags in it. Obviously I cut the tags off now, so I don't know what was on that, but yes, I will have to have a look, see if I can find these, see if I can link them in any way, but I've really been liking these two. And then we'll move on to clothing. So I have 3 pieces of clothing. These two are jumpers that I've been wearing a ton. I got them quite a while ago from Victoria's Secret. I had a whole nightmare with them. My order didn't arrive and I had to reorder them. These are what they look like. This is sort of out of their city collection. They do, I think, Vegas, New York, Miami, Hawaii, and London, possibly. And obviously Vegas is a special place in my heart because that is where me and Darren got married. And the first one is this very sort of 80s retro look. And it's like a, what do they call it? Like these 3/4 length zip up hoodies. And it's grey, white and pink. It's got Las Vegas. I was very on the fence on this. I was like, is it too bold? But I actually really quite like it. And the bottom and the sleeves are cuffed, which it's a little bit annoying because sometimes the bottom of the top actually can ride up a little bit, but it's super soft, super comfortable. They are expensive like any other Victoria's Secret jumper, but if you can get a sale, maybe in the New Year's sales, or when these go on sale quite a bit actually, these city ones, then worth checking out, especially if one of those cities has a special meaning to you. I actually bought my first one of these not like early last year, so 2017, like early in the year. It's like a pink one, and on the back it says Las Vegas in like a sunset print, and I got that in anticipation of going to Vegas for the wedding. Again, that is one of my favourites, but I've not included that because obviously I don't think you can get that one anymore. And then this other one, same sort of style, bit more subdued. It's this really gorgeous blue colour. It just says Vegas Feels on the front, and then it's got Las Vegas on the sleeve. And this one actually has pockets at the front, which I like as well. But I like this sort of zip up feature. The other item, I don't know if I mentioned in my last videos very briefly, but it's been definitely a favourite this month, and that is these jeans from Next. These are really nice. They're skinny high-rise, and they do them in a petite length, which is great for short people like me. But what's great is they've got this like velour bit down the side, which is like sparkly, so you can really dress these up if you want to. I mean, I've just been wearing them casually, but you can dress them up. They're nice and like high-rise, but they're comfy, they've got stretch to them, and I've been wearing those pretty much whenever I want to wear jeans. Today I'm actually wearing the other pair of jeans I got from Next for the first time today. They're just a blue wash denim, but they're not high-rise. So this last clothing item I wanted to mention, I'll have to find something similar to link, but it is this Abercrombie jacket, which I got last year. This is from the kids section. It is a size, where are you tags? It is a size 15 to 16, and I'm sort of like an 8, pushing a 10, but like mostly an 8. and you know, I'm like 5'1", so. But it is this puffer style jacket. This is black with like a pink accent, but the inside is all fluffy, and the best part is this is reversible. I've not worn it the fluffy side out yet. Maybe I will this year, but so far I've just been having it the puffer style. It's short, which I like. It's like a normal length coat rather than being a really long one, and it's just been really nice and cozy. I will insert a picture of me wearing it. I wore it when we went to the pumpkin patch back in October, so I'll insert that photo. But like I said, I will need to try and find a dupe for this year because they probably don't have the exact same one now. Okay, so the last few things I've got to show you are sort of media favourites. Let's have a look. So there's a lot of TV on this because obviously I was ill, so I've been watching a lot. Obviously, Strictly Come Dancing, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here have been two of my favourites. If you don't live in the UK, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is when they send a bunch of celebrities into the Australian jungle and they have to do trials, and they live off mostly rice and beans, and they have to contend with creepy crawlies and all that whilst living 24 hours a day in the outback, basically. And Strictly Come Dancing is like Dancing with the Stars. Really been enjoying that. Another TV show that has aired on Animal Planet, I believe, is Crikey. It's the Irwins, and if you're anyone, you know obviously Steve Irwin and his family. His wife and two children have gone on to make this programme, and it's basically showcasing how the zoo is getting on now, how they're still living out his father's memory and their passion for the animals. And it's really lovely to see they are exact clones of their parents, and you may have seen his son and sometimes on Jimmy Fallon. My other favourite has been the return of Louis Theroux. Hallelujah! He has brought out a 3-part series documentary on BBC. The first one was about polyamorous relationships. The next one is about assisted suicide and choosing your own death, and then the third one is about adopting in the United States. We haven't watched the death one yet because obviously I feel you've got to be in the right frame of mind to watch that, but we've watched the other two. I love Louis Theroux. I don't know a person that doesn't. I think his tactics of making a documentary is just phenomenal, and the way he really connects with people even if he doesn't believe in what they do. So yeah, definitely recommend checking out his documentaries on BBC iPlayer. I have one game to show you this month, which is very unusual for me because I have not played games on my phone in a while, but the return of Simpsons Tapped Out has begun. I probably started playing this 5 years ago or something, and I was addicted. I was playing it maybe for about 2 years, like non-stop, and I've not played it for the past year and a half, 2 years. But for some reason, I guess while I was ill, I wanted something numbless to just do, and I've returned to Simpsons Tapped Out. This is what it looks like. If you've not seen it, it's basically, there is like explosion, I believe, at the nuclear plant, and you basically have to rebuild your own Springfield. It's great. It's a bit like Sims and all those things where you just make your own little place. I have a lot of outstanding things to do, clearly, but I'm on level 103. This is really hard just to show you in the camera, but you know, I've seriously worked hard on this. Yeah, it's just too hard really to show you on my phone. But yeah, if you like those sort of things where you build things, you don't even really have to be a Simpsons fan. I'm a moderate Simpsons fan, as much as the next person, but I've been playing that again. Another sort of favourite, I think I'd rather call it a highlight of the month, has been one night Darren and I were just casually laying in bed, you know, getting ready for the next day of work. All of a sudden, I'm just watching Jeremy Roloff's Instagram story. If you don't know who the Roloffs are, they did Little People Big World. They've done so much more since then. Obviously the show is still running. Jeremy and Audrey aren't participating anymore, but If you've watched any of my videos, you know I always talk about the Always More campaign and the Navigators Council and Beating 50%, which they run. But I was just on Jeremy's Instagram story when I saw this video, and I will insert it here.
Are you having a little snack by the fire? Yeah, I think so, girl.
And I freaked out because in that video you can see their little daughter Ember with the blanket that I knitted her. I was shook. So obviously I'd sent like a care package to Jeremy and Audrey, and also Tori and Zach, with items for both Audrey, Ember, Tori and Jackson. And for each baby I knitted them a blanket and it's got their name on it. I just really, like, they are one of my favourite families, and I knew that they got them because they had responded back to me on Instagram after I didn't think that they got them because the shipping hadn't updated, and I thought they were lost in the postal system. But I was just super stoked to see that they were actually using Ember's blanket, and she is the cutest little baby. So that was such a highlight. I like freaked out, jumped out of bed. Darren was like, what is going on? But yes, I was very excited about that. So I think that's all I've got to update you favourites wise on. Obviously we're getting into the holiday spirit. Like I said, I think I might try and tonight film that decor video. Yeah, but I will also link last year's decor videos down below. Yeah, so hopefully December brings a bit better health. Really hope my ears decide to return back to normal. Apparently it's something to do with the inner ear and the pressure, like, you know, when you go on a plane. I've tried everything, but if you've got any home remedies, feel free to leave them below. I'll try anything. I think hopefully once this like cough goes, then my ears should hopefully return back to normal. But yes, it feels like it's been a while since I've actually recorded a video. I have a ton of videos I want to get out for you. It's just finding the time to sit down and edit those vlogs. Like I said, I've been super busy. Obviously I have a full-time job, and I've been ill lately. I've also been trying to do craft fairs with my knitting. This room is looking a mess, you would not believe, with all the craft stuff. But yeah, I hope you are enjoying the festive period, whatever you celebrate, and if there's any specific videos you'd like to see, then leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!